Today I'm going to show you how to make this super fun vinyl swirl tumbler. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Check the description box below for all the products to use and a link to my free Facebook group. If you would like to grow your business, I also have a mentorship group where I share all of my business tips and tricks, and I show even more exclusive tutorials that will help push your creativity and make your business stand out. Today we will be working on a True 22 from the Tipsy Magnolia. Make sure you check the description down below for a discount code. We are going to sand it and paint it white. Once your paint has dried, we are going to mix up a few milliliters of epoxy and spread that on super thin to apply our glitter using the epoxy method. We are just going to do that by taking a gloved hand and making sure your hand glides over this, but you got to push pretty firmly for a nice thin coat. And then we are going to take our glitter color Bubbles and apply that all over our tumbler. Now you're going to let that glitter and epoxy layer cure for a few hours before you add your coats of epoxy. You are going to want to coat your tumbler until it is smooth. So depending on the size of glitter and how chunky it is, it may be 1 to 2 coats. I have this old template I keep by me that I have just folded a bunch of times until I have figured out thirds of a tumbler bottom, and I have just held on to it ever since. I really don't know how I got to thirds, but just fold it a bunch of times until it gets into thirds. And then we are going to mark out that just by making lines with a water-based marker on our tumbler. And then in between each one of those lines, you're just going to kind of estimate the middle, and in between those lines you're going to make a line at the top. Now you are going to cut 3 vinyl stripes at 1.5 inches, and we are going to use those marks as a guide. And the way I have found that this is the easiest to apply is to find one of the markings on the bottom and just fold back a few inches of your vinyl on the top. We are going to line it up with the marking on the bottom, and then we're going to actually skip one on the top and go to the second one, forming a diagonal and tacking it down on the top. Once it is tacked down in that diagonal pattern, you are just going to release a little bit more of the backing on that vinyl stripe and push it down. You are going to continue on doing this exact same thing with the other 2 stripes. Now that you have skipped the one line at the top, you should be able to angle it line to line, if that makes sense. And remember, this is a tapered cup, so you will have a little bit more space at the top than you will at the bottom, so don't freak out too much about that. Now that your vinyl stripes are laid on, you should have some sort of a swirl on your tumbler. You are going to take a ruler and just a water-based marker or a dry erase marker, and we're going to take and measure 1/4 inch away from the top and bottom to the right side of each vinyl piece. Now, following those 2 markings you made on your tumbler, you are just going to take some tape, following the diagonal of the vinyl stripe, and tape off that 1/4 inch on all 3 sections. Now we are going to take some low tack painter's tape and tape off the sections of vinyl. We are going to glitter these, so this is going to protect it from the glue and the glitter. Now working on one small section at a time, we are going to fill in between those two sections we have taped off with your favorite glitter glue. And then we are going to take the glitter color What the Elf and sprinkle that on. I'm going to immediately go back and remove the tape on both sides, as I feel with the glitter glue that I use works better than allowing it to dry. Continue doing this step on the other two sections. We are going to go back with our low tack painter's tape and tape off the opposite side of the vinyl. Now we are going to take our glitter glue and paint that from the tape side down to our green glitter stripe. And depending on how fast your glitter glue dries, you're going to work fairly quickly on this section. Once it is fully coated, we're going to take the glitter color Champagne and apply it really heavily at the tape line. And then we are going to tilt our tumbler down, and we are going to just tap the jar of the glitter and let it cascade into a slight soft ombre. Continue painting on that glitter glue and then that champagne glitter on all three sections. Make sure you don't go too crazy with your ombre. You want to leave some of that white glitter base coat exposed as well. Once that is all finished, go ahead and pull your tape. Now for the bottom, I have just cut out a circle in that same pattern vinyl, and I will cover up all of those raw edges. Once that is applied, you are going to take and spray seal that glitter on your tumbler really well so it moves as little as possible, and then you are going to add a coat of epoxy. Now that your epoxy has cured, you're going to cut out some white vinyl striping and just apply that to both sides of your pattern vinyl. And then just for a little bit of an extra, I took some green vinyl, not vinyl, it is nail striping tape, and I have just placed that thin striping tape inside on the red vinyl next to the white striping. Cut any extra or overhang off of the top and bottom rim with an X-Acto knife. Now you can add your final layers of epoxy until your tumbler is smooth. And here is our tumbler all finished. I think it is so fun and so pretty. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching.